Alan Brazil is concerned that Daizen Maeda want to move away from Celtic after a shocking performance against Kairat Almaty in the Champions League playoffs. Brendan Rodgers was left in disbelief as Celtic lost to Kairat on penalties in the Champions League playoff phase. An awful display against the Kazakhstani outfit infuriated the Hoops faithful, with Celtic fans calling for Rodgers and the board to be sacked after the game. This comes after sources told Football Insider that Rodgers could be the next Nottingham Forest manager after reported clashes between Nuno Espirito Santo and owner Evangelos Marinakis. Former Celtic youth player Brazil was flabbergasted by his sides showing, in particular focusing on the awful showing by Maeda across the two legs. Speaking on TalkSport, 27th of August, the day after the appalling defeat to Kairat, ex-Tottenham striker Brazil and former Aston Villa forward Gabby Ogbonlahor were discussing the abysmal performance. The Scotsman said, "It's probably the worst two legs of a game I've seen Celtic play. They were diabolical, they were terrible Celtic. It was just rubbish, to be honest." His co-presenter Ogbonlahor then touched on Japanese forward Maeda missing a crucial opportunity 1v1 as the number 38 shifted the ball bizarrely onto his left foot, making the chance much harder for himself before lifting it over the bar. Brazil then responded to why the Hoops man played so poorly, stating, "Something's wrong with him, Maeda, I think he wants away." The sorry state of Scottish football, with both Celtic and Rangers failing to impress. For many outsiders to the Scottish top flight, one would be quick to assume that both Rangers and Celtic, two clubs with a rich, successful history, would dominate both the league and also compete on a decent level in Europe. Yet, with the Hoops crashing out of the Champions League and their rivals on the cusp of falling to Club Brugge after a 3-1 loss on home turf, it is looking increasingly likely that neither side will battle it out in the top tier of European football. This represents the shambolic state of Scottish football, where two of the biggest names in the country cannot get anywhere close to demonstrating what they can do on a bigger stage. Domestically, their lapses in confidence could actually be a good thing for the Premiership, with Hearts and Hibernian amongst some of the lesser teams who could profit from their collapses. Whilst the boys still sit pretty at the top of the table, they've been far from sensational, and Rodgers will be sweating over his job if he cannot turn their European disappointment into something motivational. The Old Firm derby between the Glasgow arch-nemesis is set to take place next, as both sides look for redemption to spare their blushes in the midweek.